Hi everyone, today I'm talking about Tesla. I'm just going to say a few opinions on Tesla. Before I start this video, I'm not invested in Tesla. I don't have any current plans to be investing in Tesla. But I thought I'd just talk about it after the Q2 earnings and also after the Q2 earnings. The stock has about gone up 20%. I want to talk about a few reasons why it's gone up 20% and a few worries that I have about Tesla stock going up that much that quick and the reasons why it went up. I've got to say that whenever I make these videos, it's not that I dislike a stock. I like Tesla. It's a stock that maybe in a few years I could consider investing myself in that stock. And I like Elon Musk. He's a pretty cool guy. Obviously, we've been investing in PayPal and Elon Musk. Obviously, I like him slightly because of that. But we're just going to get stuck into it. So Tesla's shares surged as upbeat Musk sees profitability second half. Tesla reported quarterly results after crossing the key milestone to produce 5,000 cars, which was the target which they managed to meet a few weeks back. Analysts also want to see how CEO Elon Musk behaves after his erratic behaviour during last quarter's earnings call on social media. That's pretty much, if you probably have seen it, he went into the earnings call and a lot of the analysts that were asking questions, he was saying that they were asking boring questions, and he's definitely had a few things on social media which probably should not got involved in, but he has done. He said that it was due to being overworked and tired with all the hours that he's put in trying to get Tesla to making these 5,000 cars a week. But this is how the company did. They had losses of 3.06 per share versus 2.92 per share, which basically means that they lost more money than what was expected. And the revenue came in at 4 billion versus 3.92 billion. So there was a small beat there. I think it was slightly worrying that Tesla actually lost more money than predicted. That would concern me slightly, especially with a jump of 20%. But there's also a few other reasons why Tesla jumped 20%, and we'll go through them reasons. So apart from the loss of EPS, one thing that I'd be concerned about if I was a Tesla investor is that there's pretty much, Tesla's losing about 1 billion a quarter, and Tesla currently has 2.2 billion left. So that means they've got enough money basically for the next 2 quarters to see out the end of the year. But Elon Musk came out saying that Tesla actually plans to have to make money by the end of the year, meaning they won't really have to borrow any money anymore because they're going to be profitable. From my point of view, I don't see that happening. Elon Musk does come out with these crazy things, and the stock jumps on these crazy things that he comes out with, and I think that's just another crazy thing that Elon Musk has come out with. I think there's no way he could turn it around that quick. And another thing that he came out with is that he's expecting by the end of August to making 6,000 cars, which he missed the 5,000 target by 3 months last time. So to be hitting 6,000 cars this month when only just getting to 5,000, I think that's a bit optimistic. And he's also predicted to get to 10,000 cars by the end of the year, which with the targets that Elon Musk has missed before, trying to get that cars produced to that target, to get to 10,000 by the end of the year, I don't think so. You've got to remember that Tesla for the last couple of months has been making a lot of these cars to get to these target on external tents that are on outside the factory. So for me, a company that hasn't even got the infrastructure to be making these amount of cars and has only just managed to get to this target that it should hit months ago, I personally think there's no chance they're going to get to this target. So for the shares to be jumping on that alone is crazy for me, because I just don't think it's going to happen. There's also a couple of other reasons why it jumped. Probably 3 key reasons, one bigger than the other 2. Apparently, secretly, for the last 2 to 3 years, Tesla has been working on a computer chip that is apparently 10 times faster than any of Nvidia's current chips. Now, I think we have to take this with a grain of salt. I don't think that Tesla has produced a chip 10 times faster than Nvidia. Nvidia are the leading sector in that sort of area, producing these chips, the fastest chips. And for Tesla, a car company, to turn around and say, oh, for the last 2-3 years, we made something better than what Nvidia has by 10 times. Maybe it is a chip that's faster than Nvidia, 10 times faster than Nvidia. I really don't think so. So I'd take that with a grain of salt, to be honest with you. Until I see it, I do not believe that at all. And then there was 2 little mini reasons why. Apparently a lot of the cars they're getting traded in for the Model 3 are cheaper cars. A lot of your cheaper like Fords, your Fiestas, Focuses, Toyota Yaris's. So apparently it's not just people that have a lot of money that are buying these cars. A lot of people want to get them that potentially are on a lower income, showing there's a demand there. And the factory in China that they're building, apparently that they're going to have to not need to borrow money. In terms of that, they're going to go to a bank in China that's going to lend them the money, and they don't need that much money as predicted. I think it was going to cost them, don't quote me on this, but I think it was $3 billion for this factory or something, or something on this lines, and it's only $2 billion. It's a bit less than what they were, or somewhat on them lines. It's less money than what they were going to expect to build it, because the Chinese labour force will work for cheaper. So they're saying they're going to save a bit of money there, which will also help produce the cars, obviously. Obviously, I don't think that's a big thing. I don't think the trading in the cheap cars is a big thing. I think the chip, like I say, I don't think that is happening. I think the targets are going to get missed. I don't see Tesla making money because they're not going to produce the amount of cars that they're going to be targeted for. So for me, this 20% jump is great for the stock. I think long term Tesla will be a good stock. I just think that it's gone up 20% on a lot of fake news, a lot of news that isn't actually happening. I don't think the targets are realistic. I don't think this chip is realistic. So for me, I'd be a little bit worried if not if I was a Tesla shareholder, because I think most people that are in Tesla will be holding for the long term, which is understandable. If you're holding that Tesla stock for, your 5-10 years, that's a wise move. But I think it's definitely going to hit a few more bumpy rides when it's going to miss some of these targets, I think, in the coming months. So that's kind of my opinion on this 20% jump, guys. Like I say, I'm not against Tesla. I really want Tesla to do well. I like Elon Musk, but I think it's a stock that should not have jumped that much the last few days. It should not have gone up 20%, and that's my opinion, guys. So guys, give the video a like. I'll be doing a couple more stock videos, a couple more housing investment videos over the next few days, and I'll see you on them videos.